Welcome to Design to Inspire, and today we're at the Eden's Valley Healthy Products for Healthy People. I will be meeting with the CEO where we will be discussing about healthy habits, eating healthy, feeding the body right in order to keep fit, in order to keep revitalized, and in order to live longer. Do you want to live longer? Yes, you do. Stay with us today and learn about how to feed your body right. We soon come. Don't go.
So breathe in. So feel it, yeah. So no, so you see, alright, I'm going to help you to breathe out now. Feel this. Alright, breathe out.
Okay.
Breathe in now. Good, breathe out. So you see,
it's like a dance.
yeah.
Welcome to Design to Inspire, and today, as I told you before, we're at Eden's Valley Healthy Foods for Healthy People, and I'm speaking with none other than Alton, the CEO of the Eden Valley's Healthy Food for Healthy People, who is going to tell us all about his products, and we'll give you samples. Well, we'll show you samples, and of course we'll expect that you'll go out and buy. But let us speak with Alton a little bit. Alton, welcome to Design to Inspire.
Love, my sister.
Thank you for having me here, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you.
Oh, yes.
Now, before we get into your products and what you offer, tell us a little bit of how you came about this factory, how you came about healthy eating, what motivated you, what inspired you to do a business as this?
Well, eating healthy has been my lifestyle since I was a child. Been a vegetarian since I was 9 years old.
Wow.
Actually, it wasn't from family or friends. Just that even at 9, I came to realize that the vegetarian way of life is a healthier way of life. Right now, I don't think it guarantees you a longer length of life, a longer lifespan, but it certainly guarantees you a higher quality of living. And so it's a blessing for me. So far, I'm enjoying it. But how did I come to be in this business? Originally, this is not the line of business that it's not within my field of studies. It's not my career. But when I came back to Jamaica, having been in the United States for such a long time, was in Huntsville, Alabama. You know, Huntsville is the Space and Rocket Center. It's the guru for space age technology and all of that stuff. So that's where I was. Came back doing tracking and navigational work and such like. But I realized that I could bring a man in from the United States and pay him $600 a day. But I could not hire a man in Jamaica and pay him $500. Wow. Because the work that I was doing was in no way related to anybody around me. And so I thought that I would do something to which I could not just give a man a fish, but teach him how to fish. And so I started Eden's Valley because being a vegetarian, and you know, as a young vegetarian, and we never had the foundation in Jamaica for a lot of vegetarian products, so we had to make the products ourselves. And so I used to make my little gluten and my little meatball.
That's before you had the factory.
Before I had the factory. I'm thinking that was good. So, you know, I said, well, maybe I could do a little thing and hire some community persons to make some veggie steaks. So that's how we started out, having no clue that Eden's Valley would have gotten this big. But you know what? We always say that if you are careful about what you eat, then we ought to be careful about what we give you to eat. And so we try to produce, being a Seventh-day Adventist myself, we have certain prohibitions that persons who are always trying to eat healthy have. I mean, the clean and unclean foods, the use of avoiding the use of aluminum utensils in your cooking process, and so forth.
So it's a holistic, healthy process.
It's a
because
holistic.
now you're gone to cooking utensils. Now you know we're talking about what we use. So you have the food itself, but then you have to look at how you prepare it and the material they use to prepare it.
That's right.
Or
and the ingredients. So we use stainless steel. Strictly stainless steel, and at the same time the ingredients. So we are no animal product or byproduct. We don't use MSGs, we don't use food gums. And as we like to say, it's not meat, but it's hard to beat. It's not meat, but it's hard to beat. So, you know, that's our approach to life. And so, you know, for us, one of the things that I believe is that I never got into this trying to do a commercial thing.
Right.
So my approach to it was never for a commercial purpose. It was always for a peculiar people.
Right.
So we believe that the scripture says that you're a peculiar people, you are holy, you're a royal nation, you're a holy priesthood. So we believe that all men who consider themselves peculiar, that consider themselves holy, should get clean, holy, healthy food to eat.
Definitely.
And so that is the whole ethos of that we try to build. Around men like, you know, Seventh-day Adventists, the Rastafaris, the Muslims, anybody who needs good, healthy food, that is what we try to produce. A line of food that everybody can partake of.
Right, even the carnivores.
Even the carnivores. In fact, right now we find that we have just as many persons who are meat eaters partaking of our produce as we have vegetarians.
Right.
When we go there, we don't refer to our products as vegetarian products. If we're doing, let's say, a promotion, we don't say, would you like to taste our vegetarian products? Because the minute you say that, someone say, but I'm not vegetarian.
Right.
If you say, would you like to taste my Jewish product? They say, I'm not Jewish. Would you like to taste my Rastafari
They don't label it as such.
No. So we say we have products here that are healthy, and they're good for your entire family, they're tasty, your children will love it, but at the same time they will avoid the harmful effects of the other products they eat.
And that will...
And that again, so it's for everybody.
Now, earlier you said that it cannot guarantee you a longer lifespan, and many people, you know, you would hear them saying that eating healthy will guarantee you living longer. I want you to explain what you meant by that earlier.
Eating healthy does affect your longevity. It does. Without any doubt, without beyond a shadow of a doubt. You are a healthy eater, it will influence your longevity. But then longevity are also affected by so many other things.
Right.
So that it's not just about healthy eating. And yet I've seen vegetarians, I've seen vegans who die from cancer, who die from other diseases. But if we can do something to avoid these, we do it.
Right.
So when I eat the products, the healthy products, I'm not thinking that I have to live longer just because I eat them. It's the Most High who gives us life. And yet we see people who live some ugly life and live long.
Very long.
Yeah. So, you know, but at the same time we do, it's just like the rest of us. Everybody at the table, if you're conscious, you try to, most persons are health conscious now.
Right.
Providing and preparing their foods in a way that will influence their health.
Right.
And so that what it does is you don't get headaches like you used to, backache and belly ache and these things. And well, I know persons who have told me that they had fibroids. One lady in St. Elizabeth out in Black River told me, I had a terrible case of fibroids. And once I started eating your products, the fibroids are now gone.
You hear that? His products will not minimize fibroids, but it will eliminate it. I hope you heard that.
Well, I'm not making a medical claim, you know. This is what the lady says, that it helped her, you know. Right. And I believe that it does, and I believe that it will. Right. That it will assist, but I cannot make such a claim medically that it will. Yeah, well.
My next question though is, many people talk about us being human beings being natural carnivores, and so that is why even for the vegan meals we try to imitate meat-like products. So you would have corned beef, now you have veggie beef. You would have cheese, now you have vegetarian cheese. What is your perspective on that?
Alright, first of all, I beg to differ that we are natural carnivores. Mm-hmm. We are unnatural carnivores. Mm-hmm. Nature tends to chaos right now. Mm-hmm. But if we look at the structure of a man, we find that his saliva is not acidic, but it's alkaline, which means he was designed to digest starches and carbohydrates rather than tough meaty tissue. Right. His canine and his molar and premolars they're not pointed, his molar and premolar are cup shaped. Okay. So that they hold grains to crush them. Oh. His canine and his incisors are not sharp and pointed and long. They're flat, so them cut callaloo stark, them bite it. So that, and then when you look at his intestine, for a carnivore, like a lion's intestine is 3 to 4 times the length of its body. The intestine of a human being is 10 to 12 times the length of its body, as with carnivorous animals. Right. And so for a carnivorous animal, a piece of meat needs to pass through the system quickly, because the moment you eat that piece of meat, it starts going through a decay. Oh. And so in a lion, a piece of meat will stay 3 days at the most. In a man, a piece of meat is gonna stay up to 15 days or 20 days in him. 20 days of a piece of chicken going through a putrefaction is not a nice process. And so you can imagine, I went into a cave where they had some prehistoric men living in the United States, and the museum guy took me and showed me where they slept, where they had their fireside, and where they defecated. He took up a piece of rock. And he looked at the rock and he said, "Tell me, what kind of rock is this?" I said, "I don't know anything about rocks." He got a solution, a soap solution, and dropped the rock in there. And I run, we have to run. All the stinky scent me ever smell. The man said, "That's human feces." Wow. And after thousands of years, that's how we know human feces. It never changes from that smell. It is always stink. And so that's because of the amount of meat we eat. So you see, that's decaying animal that we put inside of our bodies. Right. So that we read in the Saints' Gospel during the time of Christ, the Saints said, "For the flesh of slain beast in a man's body shall become his own doom. For I tell you truly, he who kills himself, and he who eats the flesh of slain beasts, he eats the body of death." So yes, so we are unnaturally carnivores. Right. But while this is the case, it means that we were born in sin and shapen in iniquity. And so sinfulness tends us into this unnatural lifestyle. It's almost like breathing. If I should just a quick demonstration. Here's my tummy. I'm gonna breathe in for you. And if I ask you to breathe in, you breathe in. Put your your tummy. Breathe in. See what happens. Your stomach goes in and your chest goes out. Right. Breathe out. then your chest goes in and your stomach goes out.
Right.
But just look at a balloon for a second. Just imagine I have a balloon. I'm going to blow in the balloon.
Right.
What's happening with the balloon?
It's expanding.
At the base.
Right.
And if I want to let the air out of the balloon, where do I squeeze?
The base.
The base.
To let the air out.
So your operation should be at the base, not at the top. So look here now. Tell me now, breathing. You talk to me. No, you tell me.
Right.
Tell me breathing. I'm exaggerating on a big my belly big.
Okay. All right. Breathing. Exhale. Oh, what's that?
My breathing is completely opposite to your breathing. So I breathe from the base. And when I do, I'm squeezing the balloon, I'm filling the balloon at the bottom, and I'm emptying the balloon from the bottom. So pathogens and harmful elements can't stay in my lungs. And so for the most part, when you see someone that is asthmatic and have breathing issues, if you just teach them how to breathe properly.
So do you breathe like that?
That's natural for me.
That's how you
So even while I'm speaking to you, that's how I breathe. And you can do it. If you just go in the mirror a few times and reverse it, after a while, you do it without thinking. That was the natural way for us to breathe. So that nature tends us to an unnatural state.
Hold on, let me try.
Yes.
So when I breathe in, my tongue is supposed to come out.
Yes.
All right, hold on.
So you can stand and do it.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me try.
Breathe in.
Breathe in.
Yeah. Breathe out. Yeah. So you see, you have become so dependent on your chest.
Right.
All right. So watch me now. Breathe in. Breathe out.
I can't.
All right. The best I can touch.
Sure.
All right. So breathe in. So feel it. Yeah. So you see. All right. I'm going to help you to breathe out now. Feel this. All right. Breathe out.
Okay.
Breathe in now. Good. Breathe out. So you see.
It's like a dance.
Yeah. so that's my point.
Right.
Most times, when we find people who are suffering from diseases, and you see these people go to a sanitarium and 2 days them say, whoa, the man good, me feel better already. You know how they do at the sanitarium? They build these places with more windows than anything else.
Right.
So they sleep in a well-aerated place.
Right.
Most of us sleep in a room we lock up every night because we sleep behind bars, and then on top of that we lock up every window. And we window nothing lock. I know I had a friend who had a horrible case of cancer, and the cancer spread to her skin.
Right.
She was in such a state that she could not stay in the house with her children.
Right.
So she volunteered to sleep on the veranda. You know what happened? The woman get better.